feel like somebody.
But go ahead. Now.
But back to the bitches.
Yeah, you see?
Oh, fuck all that. I got a dream shit. I want to hear that I got a dream shit. I mean, shit. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I love it. But man,
hey man, the standard was set, Jamie.
But wait a minute. But you were the ultimate warrior. You were the ultimate man dingo, if I may say. I love what you. I don't. You were organized.
We were organized. We were smooth. The house was up there. We had a 300-degree view. Yeah. And the candy store was our hangout.
The candy store.
The candy store. And the factory.
Wow. Now, what was the candy
store?
And
every night was a party.
It was.
And the cars would be going up the hill at 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when all the, clubs closed.
Right.
And the pool was steaming.
Damn.
Yes, it was.
Somebody run in there and get my baby on.
But, Jamie, you know what?
Home pregnancy test.
Hey, you know something, Jamie?
Yeah.
See, people don't know. You started with Any Given Sunday.
I did.
That's when you became a star.
I sure did.
And I followed you ever since then, my brother. I want to congratulate you.
Thank you so much.
You were a little late bloomer, but you came through with all that talent, and you started going crazy with them ladies.
You know, Fox, I heard that you kind of took over what Jim was doing.
We would never be able to do what Jim did because
he created a new edition of what we used to do.
Because we had to wear condoms.
Right.
See, back at that time, it was,
you
know what I mean? It was,
wow.
Baby batter all over the place.
Stacey, let me ask you. Now, you have never had a chance to partake in anything like this because you've always been married.
Yeah.
Now, did you bring any type of other excitement into the marriage?
Excuse me?
Don't clear your door now.
You want to be more specific?
But let me ask you this: are you a
freak?
Oh shit! There it is. Great work. All right, cool. Give it up for community college. Yeah, you got a hole in there. 2 holes, nigga.
Freak, Stacey, would you have gone to a Jim Brown party and let the steam bubble up at the pool? Just speak on it. It's Foxxhole Radio.
Yeah, it's Foxxhole.
Probably.
Wow.
Well, Jim, what time of the party?
If I could show you the smile on Jim Brown's face right now, his smile is saying, "Goddamn right."
Yeah, you damn right. Hey, Jamie, she's as fine as sweet wine. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, they put the wine back.
I mean, you got to be out of your mind.
I'm not out of my mind. I'm focused. I know exactly what
You
my
know
plan
the
is
size
tonight.
you know the size that I like them, right?
What is the size that you like?
Just exactly what I'm looking at.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know how she has a 19-year-old son looking like that.
Wow.
Thank
You are
That's
very
fantastic.
beautiful.
Thank you very much.
She did a photo shoot in Smooth Magazine that changed that magazine. It took Smooth Magazine from, normal magazine to it was really artistic. I loved being in the water, and you had clothes on. You had a shirt. Was that a shirt?
No, it was
on?
a vintage 1920s nightgown.
Okay. I'm sorry.
How far back was that came out? When did that come out?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. But the way you were looking at me is what made me want to magazine. Because you had this. You said.
Yeah, she kept following you every page.
She was following me every page. Mr. Brown, I know I cut you off and we went too straight to what I wanted to hear about. But do talk about that struggle of being an African American male who had his own voice at the time when there was people like yourself, like Ali. What was that struggle like?
Well, let me put it to you this way. If anybody goes to the internet and look up Willie Lynch.
Yes, of course, we know.
And the Virginia speech, that tells you what we were going through back then, because we were no more than slaves, high-priced slaves, making a lot of money. They had quota systems. You couldn't go out with certain type of women. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. We had to fight all of that each and every day of our lives. A lot of times, every time you brought in 6 black players, they all were lined up in one position.
Wow.
I mean, it was totally unfair and dehumanizing. So, as a star, I knew they could make money off me, and I knew I had a certain amount of power because they could make that money, so I used it in every way that I could. So I became an outlaw, which still hangs with me now.
Wow.
People are confused about me because they think that I'm some type of crazy guy that's always negative, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But I'm constantly in a struggle. Right. So when you talk about Willie Lynch, when you talk about the Fritz Pollard Alliance, wow. I don't know if anybody here knows about that, but that's the organization that helps Tony Dungy become a head coach, wow. help blacks become executives in the National Football League. Wow. And if my executive director of the Black Economic Union out of the 60s wasn't the chairman of it, it would not be happening.
Wow.
Because he was a pioneer in the 60s. He's still a pioneer now. Wow. And you go into the NCAA, and there are basically no black coaches. Wow. But now they're opening up to being able to reach out and hire black coaches.
Right.
So I have to live a life of purpose.
Wow.
Based upon what I came up and being successful against all those odds, and then to walk away in the sunlight wouldn't be correct.
Wow.
I'm no hero, but if you talk about human development and you really want to get down, you should come to the house sometimes when I have about 100 brothers from South Central, right. from various different gangs, that are respectful of each other, not shooting at each other, taking care of their children, and respecting the mothers of their children.
No,
wow.
you
and
found,
so, I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
I was going to say you're the founder of I'm Mayor I Can, which is a life skills program that works with people in the community as well as the prisons. What inspired you to start that program?
Well, in the 60s, I dealt with economic development of black folks because I knew that our freedom would come with economic development, nothing else. Education first, economic development, and we created over 400 black businesses in 1968, okay, because the top black athletes came together. But as you got into modern times and young black men were killing each other, it's like, hey, I got to put away this economic development thing. That's too sophisticated. I got to get with Mr. Farrakhan, see if he would give a speech out here about stop the killing, then have the gang leaders come to my home, and then continue to have them meet in my home. That's been 20 years, wow. okay? And I found out that a lot of these young men wanted to change their lives. Wow. And I knew that only they would be able to make a difference. And that's what's happened. A lot of these young men have changed their lives around taking care of their babies, and a lot of killing that doesn't go on that you can't record is because of what they do each and every day. So that's sort of what I do.
Mr. Brown, explain your involvement of the black athlete boycotted the '68 Olympics. Was it '68?
Well, the athletes did. Some of them boycotted, and some of them didn't. Right. My great friend George Foreman, as you remember, had the American flag. Mm-hmm. And he.
Sell out.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just calling it what I see, man. I'm taking my grill back. I'm taking my fucking grill back.
I'm going to put grease all on it.
Jim and the damn German Shepherd. Jim, I'm riding with you.
Yeah, now the German Shepherd was a mistake. But a lot of people here don't know about the German Shepherd.
What is it,
Jamie? You know about the German Shepherd?
Yeah. To Zaire.
Yep.
The German Shepherd represented white racism because they would use German Shepherds on us. The police dogs. So when he took the German Shepherd, it confused the Africans. And I'm going to get into this, too.
Well, he's a changed man.
He definitely is, and I'm just joking. I got a couple
of
He's a
minister now.
He is. Hallelujah. And but what I'm saying is I'm going to get into this, is that the confusion is that when he took the German Shepherd, it's like people looked at him, even over Zaire, here's one of us, and he confused them by having the German Shepherd. Maybe he didn't understand it, but they didn't understand it. And then, two, I want to talk to you about confusion because we have a situation with Tavis Smiley right now and the President of the United States, and I want to talk about confusion.
Well, I'm glad you want to talk about confusion because I'll tell you something. As bright as you think you might be in this room,
thank you.
Your generation represents the ultimate in confusion and misdirection.
I was going to say,
and
wouldn't
that's the truth.
Wouldn't that individual's riches give him power?
Nah, don't.
I'm just asking a question.
Conversations
no. I know where he's going to go. I'm just asking a question.
No. Say what you.
I would say
that particular individual.
You said individual riches. Wouldn't that riches give the individuals some sort of power?
Oh, you mean? You mean you
if
say?
We came
all right, let me put it in. Wait a minute. Let me put it in. Hold it 1 minute.
Slap it.
No, riches do not give you power. Money do not give you power, because it's how you acquire your money. BET was sold. Okay, didn't you have the BT Awards on the other night when no, you wasn't. Yes, you were.
Yeah.
And you know, but who?
I was on that, Stacey.
Oh.
Who owns?
Viacom.
Wait a minute.
Viacom.
Who
Viacom.
owns BT? Well, who owns it?
Viacom.
African Americans?
No, not no more.
Okay, what do African Americans own?
Nothing.
Well, if you don't
Bobcats.
own anything, no, that's a front thing.
TV One.
If you don't own anything, you have no power.